us today. This is yoga for busy professionals, those of us who wear lots and lots of hats. Like many of you, I wear lots of hats. I am a lawyer, I am a professor, I teach yoga, I'm a mom and a wife. My name is Colleen and welcome to taking a few moments to take care of yourself in your practice today. So today's practice is going to be focused on self-care and creating balance within yourself and harmony as a coming back to your core and your center, so that you can then fill your cup and go out and serve all those that you serve. So I'd like to start by reading a little portion from the yamas and the niyamas, which is yoga's ethical practice, and it's about creating balance. And so imbalance in our systems is almost a certainty for violence, as the dis-ease we feel within finds its way to expression outwards. Balance creates harmony within us, and harmony within naturally expresses itself in external actions that are harmonious. Like the body, the mind and the soul need time to digest and assimilate. Like the body, the mind and soul need time to rest. We create this rest by allowing space that we can breathe into. Not more clutter, but more space. Space to reflect, space to journal, space for closure, space for imagination, and space to feel the calling of the life force within us. And so as we practice today, let's focus on creating space within ourselves. And I also want to share the goal of yoga that another teacher shared with me recently. The yoga pose is not the goal. Becoming flexible or standing on your hands is not the goal. The goal is to create space where you were once stuck, to unveil layers of protection you've built around your heart, to appreciate your body and become aware of the mind and the noise it creates, to make peace with who you are. The goal is to love, well, you. Shift your focus and your heart will grow. So if you'll come to a comfortable seat, back is straight, eyes can be closed or gaze towards the ground, hands resting comfortably on your knees. And take a minute to take a few deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. And one more breath on your own. And when you're ready, we'll take some hip circles, moving in one direction. Just start to bring some energy and movement into your body. And maybe go the other direction. And back to center. And then we'll walk our hand out to the side. Take the opposite hand up and over. Get a nice stretch in that side body. Looking up under the arm. And take your hands back to center. And we'll walk the other hand out to the side. Take the arm up and over the body. Stretching the side body, looking up under your arm towards the ceiling. Inhale back to center. And we'll take the right arm and put it at the small of the back and tilt your head to the left. And the left hand can gently come to the top of the head and pull the head to the left. Get a nice stretch in your neck. And release. And we'll do the other side. The left hand goes behind the small of your back. Right head, your head tilts to the right. Right hand comes to the top of the head as you lean to the right. And release back to center. And we'll take a couple deep breaths here. And when you're ready, we'll come onto our hands and our knees. And we'll push our hips back and come into child's pose. So your knees can be together, or you can take a wide-legged child's pose. Sinking back into your hips. Head can rest on your mat. Arms can be out straight in front of you, or they can be back behind you, whatever you prefer. Just rest in child's pose for a few minutes. On an exhale, we'll come back to our hands and our knees. Our knees are about hips distance apart underneath our hips. Our hands are shoulders distance apart underneath our shoulders. And we'll do some cat-cow. So we'll inhale into cat, curl into cat. Exhale, release, head up, chest up, chin up. Inhale, curl into cat. Exhale, release. We'll take a couple more at your own pace. And we'll curl the toes. Push our feet into the mat and we'll come into our first downward facing dog. So hands are spread out, pressing in front of you in the mat. Press your feet, the balls of the feet into the mat. Press your hips back and up. And you can walk your dog out if you like. Alternating feet. Feeling the stretch in the back of the calves. And we'll walk, step, or jump in between our hands and forward fold. If you want, you can grab your elbows and just sort of hang or sway from side to side. Release your neck, release your back. You can shake your head out, yes. No. And release the hands. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And we'll take a couple rounds of sun salutation. So we'll inhale our arms up. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, left foot back. And come into plank. Release down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Look in between the hands. Step your right foot forward. Your left foot joins. Exhale, release. Inhale, your hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do that same thing on the other side, starting with the left foot. Inhale, your hands up. Exhale, your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands. Step your left foot back, right foot back. Come into high plank. And when you drop into chaturanga, keep your elbows in towards your ribs. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look in between the hands. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale your hands up. Exhale your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, left foot back, chaturanga. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Exhale your hands down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, right foot back, chaturanga. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to add on to that with sun salutation B. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your arms down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Right foot back, left foot back, chaturanga. From downward dog, we'll take our right foot forward and we'll come into a high lunge, sinking our left hips down, arms are up. We can stay here, or we can reach back, or we can clasp our hands. Inhale back to high lunge. Exhale, hands down, then back to downward dog. Left foot forward, high lunge. Arms stay here, or arms reach back, or clasp. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And chaturanga. Look in between the hands, right foot forward, left foot forward. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do that sun salutation. We'll repeat that one more time. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, left foot back, and chaturanga. From down dog, take our right foot forward, come into high lunge, sink into that left hip. Exhale, hands back if you'd like. Inhale, hands up, sink into that low lunge. Hands come down, right foot goes back to meet the left. Down dog. Left foot forward, come into a high lunge on the left side, sink into that right hip. Clasp your hands if you'd like. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step the left foot back, come into chaturanga. Look in between the hands, right foot forward, left foot forward. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up. Hands to heart. Take your left foot back. And we'll come into goddess pose. So we'll sink into our hip thighs. Arms are an L shape. And we'll come into goddess pose. And feel the strength and the power of this pose. And release. Turn the right toes to the front short edge of your mat. Slightly turn your left foot in. Your right heel is lined up with the middle of your left instep. And we'll sink into our right knee. We'll come into warrior two. And we'll straighten out that right leg. Take your right hand and reach forward. Drop it down and come into triangle. Inhale up. Bend into that right front knee. Right forearm comes to the right thigh. We'll come into bound angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Keeping that right front knee bent and strong, drop the left hand back to the left thigh. Right hand comes up for reverse warrior. Feel that stretch in the side body. Back to warrior two. Look out in front of the right toes. Come into revolve, balancing half moon. Keeping your focus on one point. Keep the balance in your right foot and slowly come up. Grab the left foot with the left hand. Right arm comes out for King Dancer. Release, back to warrior two. Turn the toes towards the long edge of your mat. Hands on your hips and wide-legged forward fold. And just release. Let your arms hang, let your head hang. Shake your head out, yes and no. Exhale your hands to your hips. Slowly lift yourself back up. Turn your left toes out to the back, short edge of your mat. And sink into warrior two on the left side. Straighten that left leg. Reach your left arm out and come into triangle. Inhale your arms up, back into warrior two. Take your left forearm to your left thigh. Take your right arm over into bound angle. So you're looking up under your right arm, feeling the stretch in your right side body. Inhale back to warrior two. Drop that right hand back to the right back of the thigh. Left hand comes over for reverse warrior. Keeping that bend in that left knee. Back to warrior two. Look out in front of the left toes and come into revolve balancing half moon. Keeping a focus on one point. Slowly lift up. Find the right foot with the right hand and come into King Dancer. Back to warrior two. Turn your toes out to the long edge of the mat, and we'll come into goddess once again. And release. Windmill your left hand down. We'll come into downward dog. And then we'll come into high plank. And back to downward dog. And high plank. And back to downward dog. And then now from plank, we're going to come on to the right hand outside of the right foot for side plank. So you can stack your feet. You can have your left foot in front to make the number 4. You can be on your hand. You can be on your forearm. And release back to downward dog. Shift forward to plank. We'll come onto the left hand outside of the left foot. Side plank on the other side. And back to downward dog. From here, we're going to come into warrior 3. So we're going to step our right foot forward, plant it between our hands, shift our weight into our right foot, lift our left foot up, bring our arms up like we're flying. Left foot is as high as it can be, and your foot is flexed. Feel yourself flying, free of external expectations. Feel light, but also know you are rooted and grounded in that right foot. Bring your left knee to your chest. Cross your left foot over your right thigh to make the number 4, and we'll come into a standing pigeon. So we'll feel that stretch on the outside of the left hip and thigh. Left foot is flexed. And we'll come into mountain pose. Shake it out. And take a moment to root into the earth with your feet. Plug your fingers down and breathe. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, left foot back, chaturanga. From downward dog, we're going to take warrior 3 with the left foot. Left foot comes between the hands. Press into the left foot. Bring your right foot up. Your hands come up. So you're flying like a bird. Focusing on one point on the ground. Feeling the strength in your back and your back of your leg. Maintaining your balance. Slowly bring that right knee into your chest. Cross your right foot over your left thigh to make the number 4, and squat down into standing pigeon. The right foot is flexed. Feel the stretch in the right outside of your thigh and hip. And release, shake it out. From here, we're going to come into chair. So our legs are close together, feet close together. We're going to sink back like we're sitting in a chair. And breathe. Where do you draw your strength when you're tired? How do you find the courage to keep going? Exhale, release. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Left foot back, right foot back, and chaturanga. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up into chair. One more time. This time we'll take a twist. We'll take our right elbow to the outside of our left thigh, keeping our chair squatting low and pressing our hands to our heart center. And release. Come back to center and take the left elbow across to the right outer thigh. And release, forward fold. Step back into downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here. We're gonna come into pigeon. So we're gonna take our right foot towards the left wrist. Bring our right knee in towards our right wrist. So we're making a different shape of the letter 4, of the number 4. Right foot is flexed. And we're gonna sink down, and we can stay here, or we can fold over onto our forearms, or we can come all the way down. Know that if you have any sharp pain in your right knee, back off. We want to feel the sensation of stretching and sinking into our hips, but we don't want any sharp pain in our knees. Walk the hands back. Curl the left toe under. Bring the right leg up. Give some big hip circles. One direction and then the other direction. Walk it out in our downward dog. We're going to pigeon the other side, so we'll take our left foot to our right wrist, left knee to the left wrist to make the number 4. And fold forward. And we'll walk the hands back, unfold into down dog. Take that left leg and circle out your hips. One way and then the other direction. And walk out your down dog. We'll drop your knees to your mat. We'll come up onto our knees for camel. So our knees are about hips distance apart. Curl your toes under. And we'll take our right hand and reach back towards our heel. And then our left hand and reach back towards our heel. And maybe this is where you are today. Maybe your hands are at the small of your back. Either way, you're opening your chest. And exhale, release. Come onto our hands and knees, and from there we'll take a child's pose, wide-legged or knees together. And we'll find our way onto a seat. And from here, we'll come into boat. So we want our in the middle of the mat underneath us, legs out and together, and our legs can come up, they can be bent, they can be straight, and maybe our hands stay behind our thighs, or maybe they come out, and we find that place where we are working to keep that balance and keep our boat floating on the ocean with ease. And release. We'll keep our left leg straight in front of us. Take our right foot, cross it over our left leg. Take our left elbow, cross it over our right knee, and we'll take a seated twist. The right hand is in this back behind our back to prop us up, but we're not leaning into it. We're not using it as a crutch. It's just there to help prop us up. Looking out over the right shoulder. Exhale, release. And keeping that left leg straight, we'll take the bottom of the right foot, bring it into the inside of the left thigh. Keeping that left foot leg engaged, the left foot straight. Inhale your hands up. And exhale, forward fold over that left leg. Maybe you reach your shin, maybe your ankle, maybe your toes. Feeling that stretch in that left hamstring. And release. The right leg comes out to meet the left. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching for your shins, your ankles, your toes. Feeling the stretch in the back of the hamstrings and calves. Release. We're going to keep the right leg straight. Take the left foot. Take your right arm to the outside of your left knee, and we'll take a twist. Looking out over the left shoulder. Release. We'll take the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. Keeping the right leg engaged, the right foot is flexed. Inhale our arms up. Exhale, reach for the shin, the ankle, the toes. And feel that stretch in the back of the right hamstring. And release. We'll come all the way onto our backs. And we'll let the legs windshield wiper, the knees windshield wiper, back and forth, releasing the back, the hips. And then we'll stretch our legs out straight and take any final movement that you need. Get the wiggles out before we come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. And we'll take a deep inhale through the nose and sigh out. And one more time, inhale through the nose and sigh it out. And your eyes can close if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. And take a few moments to rest and restore your body.
start to bring a little movement back into our fingers. Wiggle our fingers and toes. Circle our ankles. Circle our wrists. When you're ready, roll to your favorite side. Push yourself back into a comfortable seat. Back is straight, eyes are soft or closed. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And maybe feel the difference between the beginning of class and now. Maybe you're lighter, more grounded. Maybe you're rested and restored. And take one final arms up breath together. Hands to heart center. May all beings know, deep in their bones, that they are whole and loved exactly the way they are. The light in me sees and bows to the light in you. Namaste.